Welcome, gang, to What the Flick. It is the season premiere of our discussion of Hannibal. We're beginning here at season 2. Alonso and I caught up on season 1 in the preceding weeks. Hannibal is sort of pushes the envelope really as far as a network show can.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen a show this violent on network television, but it's never
tremendous amount of blood splatter.
Yeah.
They like to
a
do
lot of
that.
spray,
Yeah.
but it's never gratuitous or whatever.
No.
But it's very artfully, skillfully done. But yeah, definitely, I think it's pushing the envelope for what
and the eating.
And the eating, yes.
Yeah.
But that's presented so beautifully.
So,
I mean, that's so Cooking Channel right there.
Yeah.
All the food preparation and stuff. You know, I remember while I was watching it, there's one scene where he's serving, jamon iberico, and he's got the big pig leg out that he's slicing. And I thought, well, that's the thing to have at Hannibal's house, because at least you're watching what bone it came off of,
Right. As far as what everything else is, you'll, but still, it's in many ways surprising that it's on a regular network.
Yeah. I mean, Friday's at 10,
network,
but still. What I love about the kicking off this episode, or this season rather, is they're starting with the end.
Right.
Because I think there's so much of this, of people going episode by episode and speculating and talking about it and what's it going to be, and for several shows now, I think not just Hannibal, but Robert was saying Damages, some other ones. They sort of like, here's how it's going to end, and we're just going to work towards it. I think it all kind of goes back to the floating eyeball on Breaking Bad, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Damages, always did and particularly the last season, which I haven't even finished yet, but does crazy work with time. I mean, makes sort of what True Detective's doing seem rather pedestrian.
Wow.
Damages would jump around in a way that for many, which is one reason why I think it didn't do as well. It was brilliant, but there was a lot of
wait, where are
what?
we? When are we?
Right. But if you were patient with it, it unquestionably paid off.
Gotcha.
One thing that I'm mixed about on this show, but it is clearly one of the show's achievements, is almost more than any of these other great shows that we talk about. This is beautifully and really carefully shot.
Oh yeah, no, it is a very cinematic show.
Yeah, very cinematic.
It's interesting that it's Brian Fuller's follow-up to Pushing Daisies, because
I never watched Pushing Daisies.
Okay, go back and see some episodes, because that show was as meticulously art directed, but in a much more colorful and whimsical, whereas this one is. It's the same degree of attention, but to grays and earth tones and flesh and literal flesh and blood and entrails and whatnot, But it's shown with the same degree of sheen and composition and beauty. Although, oh my God, if I see one more. I kind of know Brian, and I text him occasionally. If I see any more flesh getting pulled off of faces, I'm going to freak out. Like that mushroom episode in season 1 gave me nightmares, and so we're back at it tonight, or with this episode too.
Among the many things that I loved, and I guess I didn't see this coming. Maybe it was obvious, but we get to it right here in the first episode of season 2. Is the complete direct reversal of really Red Dragon, but Silence of the Lambs too. It looks like Silence of the Lambs. The outside of the hospital looks like Red Dragon. The inside of the hospital looks like Silence of the Lambs, but you instead have Hannibal coming and Will Graham / Clarice Starling inside and begging to see, and is presented with a case and some of the same lines that, like, do you have the file? Does it have the pictures? All these things that Lecter so badly wanted when he was inside.
Right. Well, clearly these first 2 seasons are operating as the prequel to Red Dragon, to things that were referred to in. I've never read the Thomas Harris books, I will admit right now, but I've seen just about all the movies. So it's giving us all the backstory that we know happened, but really kind of fleshing it out, if you will.
I don't recall knowing that, like, Will. I don't think Will. Look, everybody who point. I read the book. I read it. It's been 10 years, and I don't recall anything anymore. But I don't think Will was accused and sentenced. I think was massively psychologically damaged by Lecter. Yes.
Sure, yeah. I mean, just the idea that Lecter was somebody who worked with the FBI, who worked with Will, and then they discovered was actually a psychopath himself. having Will get incarcerated is maybe a new addition, but that's what these first 2 seasons are going to be. Then I think they want to keep going and just do the whole thing. So there may be a season that is
where Lecter is behind bars.
That's Red Dragon, yeah, and then they'll do a Silence of the Lambs season. We
may get Clarice.
We may get Clarice. We may get the Hannibal, the whole shebang, and then some. Like they could keep going,
Speaking of
we're not getting any young Hannibal though, thank God, because that movie was ridiculous.
As a quick aside, of course, in Red Dragon we had playing Hannibal, Brian Cox, very effectively.
A great Hannibal Lecter. He does not get his credit.
No, I mean it was.
But holy shit, Mads Mikkelsen as right up there with the other two.
No, he was great. I mean, I wonder how long that casting took, but no, they did a terrific job. Speaking even briefly of Clarice. Which I just saw because I'm not finished with season 2 of House of Cards. I've got like 3 more. She directed like episode 10. Jodie Foster.
Well, she worked with Fincher on Panic Room.
Sure, you just don't expect to be seeing a show on Netflix and have it say directed by Jodie Foster.
I'm only a couple in on that one, so.
But it was good to see.
Yeah. No, so this is a show that is not necessarily the kind of thing I would go running to. I mean, I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to gore and just the darker stuff, but I find it really riveting. And even though I mean, it's smart that they telegraph the ending of the season because we know the overall arc of the story anyway.
Right, it's never a mystery. Right off the bat, we learned that Hannibal's not to be trusted. They decided, I don't know whether there was any discussion, but there's no mystery. He makes the phone call in the first episode. He's cutting the lungs up.
Exactly.
Right. So, so we know at some point they've got to figure this out.
Yes.
So it's not. So, but we don't know whether Jack Crawford is killed or not. It doesn't look good.
No, it does not look good.
It does not look good.
But we'll see how that plays out. It may have to do with Lawrence Fishburne's contract renegotiation or something. I don't know.
So. There are too many doctors in it. Like it is hard to keep track of who is loyalty to whom, who is seeing
doctor.
Yeah, too many Dr. Rosen penises in this, and I don't like Alana Bloom for the thing we were joking about before we started rolling here, that
Doctor Too Young to be taken seriously by the FBI. I believe you called
her. Like and I get it. They want to have the romantic tension there with Will, who is believable in his youth because he's special.
Sure.
But she's like the FBI, like Gillian Anderson is the proper age to be an FBI consulted physician.
Sure.
But I like making
I like Carolyn DeVernis though. I mean, she's a terrific actress.
Totally.
So,
and there was a role for her. Put her in the show. I want her to get her paycheck, but it bothers me a little bit that she's the go-to FBI behavioral science shrink. But whatever, we'll live with that. So yeah, I mean, it's I love that they've flipped the story that we all know so well upside down. It does seem like how could these I mean, I get it. We're seeing stuff that they're not seeing, but who? Like, look at Hannibal. Look at the way he is. Like, at some point, because we already know earlier that that there was cannibalism going on, and now we know from that they're obviously going to figure it out here. We in fact see Will say it and coming up. And then like at some point somebody's going to be like, you know who's always serving really extravagant food? I don't know what it is. And he's been around all of these crimes. He's here all the time.
Right, but I think you're inclined to think that cannibalism is going to be some sort of crazy Texas Chainsaw Massacre bullshit. You're not expecting it to be served up, au poivre, over a bed of couscous, with a Chardonnay reduction,
No, it's very good. Hugh Dancy is terrific.
Oh yeah,
really good.
And very convincingly American.
Completely convincingly American. And we know that he couldn't have done anything wrong from 18 minutes into the first episode of season 1 because of the dogs.
There you go.
Like nobody who rescues dogs
can be a bad guy.
Nobody who rescues dogs is a bad guy. Yeah.
Unless they're unless it's for a show about like an animal hoarder, then maybe there might be something weird. But he's got just enough, a big enough house, so we'll let it slide.
The cute, scruffy stray that runs home to his house looking for him doesn't run home to a killer.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't. Television is not ready to make that leap. Yeah. But it's good stuff. It really is. It's a quality. It's a quality show. I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's inventive and it can be a little. Yeah, it can be a little difficult.
I'll tell you, they are telling us where it's going, and they are confident enough that we are going to be compelled to find out how they get there, and I certainly am.
Yeah. I didn't realize that on a weekly basis there are this many serial killers discovered. like every week, we found 13 more bodies in the dam.
And all in the greater Virginia, Maryland area, apparently.
Yeah, but the last shot there of that episode with because this new killer has got, there must be 30 victims. Because the ones he put in the dam were the discards.
Oh, right, and then then the camera goes up and that whole room of...
Come on, Jesus. Yeah.
This show gives me the creeps, and I can't stop watching it.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back with and Robert Abele. We think.
I hope he gets caught up. Yeah, that would be great.
Join us, hopefully. All right, thanks everybody.